Hi. Did you miss me? I missed you guys. Been rather busy past couple months. And now I have nothing to do. So if any of y'all hear of any work from home, remote jobs, I think that's about where I'm at in my life. Because the general public is just, they cause stress. Look at all that. A lot of stress. Actually, no. Well, yes, there is stress, but also this is perimenopause. I'm in perimenopause. Foggy brain, sleepless nights, hot flashes, acne, not just on my face. Ow. So here we are, living a whole different life now. Not everything's changed. Still here, where we're at. Still have a wonderful husband who's been very supportive during this time. Saw a quote that says, sometimes the universe puts you in the same situation just to check to see if you're still a dumbass. Hi, I'm a dumbass. But I'm a crazy dumbass. A crazy chef, cook, whatever. Am I a chef? I'm not certified, but can I call myself a chef? I don't know. Had a dream a couple nights ago about a recipe, a dish, and I'm bringing it to life. Lasagna rolls. So you have your lasagna noodles. These are already boiled. They're not boiled all the way because after I put the yumminess inside of each noodle, I'm going to roll it up. I'm going to put it in a baking dish, cover it with some sauce, and bake it. So I don't want, my noodles falling apart. So they are undercooked by all stretch of the imagination. I don't think I have anything funny or whatever. I'm just going to show you this recipe I came up with. So this is my filling. At Walmart, in the deli, they have a section that is like dips and cheese balls and charcuterie, all the things. And they have these 16-ounce tubs of spinach artichoke dip and, here's a twist, jalapeno artichoke dip. The jalapeno is delicious. If you like some spicy, do that. So I decided to do one of each. Mixed it in the bowl. Then I got some chicken thighs, cook them up, chop them up in there. Also some bacon bits. So I don't know what we're going for there. A spinach, artichoke, chicken, bacon thing. That's what's going to go in the middle of these. And this batter filling, if you will, it's quite dense. So it's going to be a real, what they say, stick to the ribs type of meal. And I've never done lasagna rolls. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I need to get it on camera. Take this one first. So we're just going to be very messy. This is going to be like little kids finger painting. Do they do that anymore? All right, we'll do this like this. I wouldn't put it all the way to the edge because you need a starting point to kind of start the fold. Again, not cooking for you, cooking for my family. I can be gross if I want to. Let's see if this works. Like I said, I've never done this before. I think I'm happy that I made it so dense. It's really holding in there. God, we're going to be full. We're going to be fat. We're going to be fat. Look at that. All right. So you want to, anytime you're doing a roll, whether it be like an enchilada or whatever, you want to put it, it wants to go over there. My stove is uneven. Put it seam side down so it doesn't all out. And then I take things from boxes and jars and then I zhuzh it up. This is just a 4-cheese Alfredo. Aldi's, love Aldi's. especially nowadays. I'm, of course, going to dress this up. I'm going to add things like more Parmesan, oregano, whatever else I find in this cabinet. I don't know. I'll find something. I'm going to zhuzh it up a little bit. There is a lot of flavor in this filling. It's very good. Like, I've been eating on it. It's very good. No cooking. The only cooking is the noodles and then that. This was just rip it open from the store. It's so good. I'm so glad I had that dream. I'm really glad that I'm kind of a crazy cook. Kind of a little obsessed with cooking. But I'm also obsessed about football. If you don't know who this is, we can't be friends. That's all. So, all right. So I'm going to finish these up. And then when it's all done, before I pop in the oven, I'll show you again. And then at the end. All right. Glad to be back, guys. Thanks for the support. Okay. I'm back. The lasagna rolls are all beautiful. I've got the Alfredo sauce in the pot that I boiled the noodles in. No big deal. Dump the water. And now I'm just going to kind of spice it up a little bit. I really like garlic. So that looks like enough. I forgot the Parmesan cheese. And I don't even have the stove on with this Alfredo sauce. There's no need. No sense wasting propane. Yes, thankfully I do have another one of these in the pantry. But for my Alfredo, that should be enough for right now. Throw that away. So, just gonna mix this up. It's a dairy base. Anytime that's a dairy base, I really like to use a whisk instead of a spoon. I just feel it does better on incorporating everything. And then there's never, ever, ever enough pepper. And I really like some color. So we're going to go with some smoked paprika. Just because it gives a good color. A little bit more. You know how many times a day I have to wash my hands? 5,000. Right. Just a whiskey whisk. And then we're going to pour it over the top of our lasagna rolls. I have some freshly shredded up mozzarella. How fresh? 2 seconds ago, because I forgot to shred it. So, really fresh. Yeah, it's still hot. Okay. Cast iron always stays hot longer. So we're just going to pour this so you guys can see it. Over the top. Now my noodles, like I said before, are not completely cooked. In fact, they're a little undercooked, I think, for this recipe. Yep. We'll look at it straight off a hot pan. That's how we roll this out. So I don't feel that, what I'm going to have to do is I think I'm going to have to cover this with foil because some of the noodles didn't boil long enough. I got impatient. I wanted to talk to you guys. So, you know, impatient, impatient, impatient. That's my life. So the recipe I saw, the person who did this actually did something similar, but put a marinara sauce, a red sauce over the top of it. So this is going to look like a very Caucasian dish. Like, it's going to be white. Okay. But husband is not a big fan of marinara sauce. I'm really not either. I really prefer an Alfredo. So I don't care what it looks like. It is said that, and it is true, you first eat with your eyes. For those who think that's, you're not getting it. If it looks amazing, it's going to taste better than it's supposed to. It's a psychological thing. It's very true. So we're going to take some probably year-old oregano. I really need to go through my spice cabinet. We're just going to add some color so it just doesn't look so Caucasian. Basic white girl shit here. When I had to change my shirt, Andy was making me hot. This one says, I'm mostly peace, love, and light, and a little bit go fuck yourself. It was pretty much the perfect t-shirt for me. All right. We're going to cover this with foil. We're going to pop it in a 350, which I forgot to preheat. I'm winning at life. I really am. 350 for, I really don't know. Maybe 10, 15 minutes. I'll probably watch it at 10, start checking it at 10, and figure it out from there. I still have a bunch of filling left. Now keep in mind, this is 1 16-ounce container of the jalapeno artichoke dip and 1 16-ounce container of the spinach artichoke dip. And then and then the chicken thighs, there may be like 4. And bacon bits, a handful. I did have to, when I put it in the blender, it was pretty thick. And so I did have to loosen the sauce, which means it's just too thick. You're always hearing people, their tips and tricks on thickening their sauces, like with cornstarch or flour-based roux or anything like that. And if you guys want me to teach you about the roux and stuff like that, yeah, I'd be more than happy to. Just let me know. Let me know what you want to know how to cook. I think it's a lost art. Not a lot of us are going to grandma's or aunties every weekend, where I learned all these skills. So if you need me to do that for you, I'd be more than happy to. And I'll make more content and teach you guys how to cook. So, anywho, well, I will try to post a picture of the finished product. It's going to go in 350, like I said, maybe 10, 15 minutes. And then the last couple minutes, it's going to go under the broiler, which the broiler is tricky, people. You got to keep an eye on that broiler. Oh my gosh. It's going to crispy up the top, but it's only going to be like for 2 minutes. Like 2, that's it, you know. And you're going to want to watch it through your little door the whole time, because it could be less than 2 minutes and then your whole dish is burnt. So, but anyway, this extra stuff I'm just going to freeze in case, you know, when I want to do this recipe again. You can really freeze a lot of stuff and really save money. Thanksgiving, this Thanksgiving, it's Monday, Thursday, excuse my dogs, they've been driving me crazy all day. I have a turkey in the freezer that's been there probably a year. I think I got it on sale last Thanksgiving, like a BOGO, buy one, get one. So I gotta cook that up, and I really want to smoke it. Well, I have a large smoker. It's like 5 racks tall, and looks like a mini dorm refrigerator. And I wasn't going to do that whole thing for just a bird. So I also have ribs, which I have a nifty tool. I can't wait to watch. When you do ribs, I might record it, I don't know. You got to take the silver back off. And this will help peel it off easier because I don't have strength in my hands anymore. I'm old. Fuck my life. So we're doing that, ribs, and we're also doing a Boston pork butt, which I'll be slathering in mustard. which will give it an amazing crust. I really can't wait. I'm just going to smoke a bunch of meat. And what the plan is, we're not having company over. It's just me and Owen. My plan is to chunk up those meats, put them in cryovac. I have a wonderful food saver. And they'll just be future meals for us. Because, you know, future is uncertain. We might need them. So, thank you so much for your continued support. Sorry I've been MIA. Try to do better. Share, like, subscribe, all that bullshit. But especially reach out if you know of any jobs. Specifically work from home jobs. I would greatly appreciate it. I will make you food. Love y'all.